Hey guys, Tony here. I want to say hello to you. Thanks for checking out the video. Listen, it's about 80 degrees out here, 85 degrees, kind of bright. I just wanted to touch bases with you. Reading over a book I've read before by Napoleon Hill, the book called Outwitting the Devil. Now, in this book, Napoleon Hill convinced himself that he had had a conversation with the devil and was able to convince the devil, or force the devil really, to tell him some of the secrets he uses against humanity. Now, whether you believe that Napoleon Hill actually had a conversation with the devil and was able to do that, it really has no bearing on the fact that he convinced himself, and so he was able to write this book. And even if you don't believe it, go check the book out. It's a good book, because some of the information in the book that he supposedly was able to get from the devil is good information. Some of the supposedly tricks or schemes that he uses, good information, and it's solid, because these are some of the things that I see, people going through in life that causes them failure, lack of progress. And one of the, I guess, tricks that he uses, tools supposedly that the devil uses, is fear. And that being said, like anybody else, I've had my own fears. One of my biggest fears, and I can remember this, like it was yesterday, was standing in front of a crowd, speaking. I've never been one to like attention, public speaking. Preaching definitely was not my plan. It was something God had planned. And so I can remember as a kid, I had a slight speech impediment, and I still do. I struggle with it even now, but I was able to overcome it. So I would get in front of a crowd, and the teachers would, of course, want you to do an oral report. And I would be so terrified, because I would think in my mind how people would perceive me, and laughing and pointing and making fun. And so I was reluctant to stand in front of a crowd and speak. Now, I could do the work on paper, but when it came to doing a oral report, I'd shake. I would shake. I would visibly shake from the fact that I was afraid to stand in front of people. So having this opportunity now, even pastoring a church, is amazing, that what God can do, first of all, if you face your fears and trust that He will allow you to overcome those fears. But that being said, my question to you is, what has been your greatest fear? Who planted that seed of fear in your life? How were you able to overcome that fear, if you have overcome it? And how did it affect your life? How did it affect your life? Because oftentimes I know, because of different fears that many people have, they never move from a specific point. They stay in their comfort zone because they're afraid to face certain things. They can have all kinds of talents and gifts and abilities, but because of fear, they never move beyond that comfort zone. So again, what has been your greatest fear? Who planted that seed of fear? Because fear has to come from somewhere, because God does not give us a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind. So that does not come from the God. That comes from the enemy, comes from the devil. It oftentimes comes from people around us. So who planted that seed of fear? How did you overcome that fear, if you have overcome it? And how did it affect your life? So again, go ahead and comment below. This may be on my blog, maybe on YouTube, maybe on Facebook, but just comment and share with me, some of those things, because there are too many people who are suffering now, who are stuck in a place that they're not happy. They're hurt physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, because of fear. And so we want to help people be able to get out of that, but we got to start the conversation, the dialogue about overcoming those fears. So again, what is your greatest fear? Who planted that seed of fear? How long did you allow that fear to, or how long did it affect your life? And what was the other one? When did you overcome the fear? I think that was it. When did you overcome the fear, if you have overcome it? So again, this is Tony signing off. Go ahead and put the comments in there, and I hope to speak to you soon. Signing off. Be blessed.